Hello everyone, Team Magma here. Welcome to today's video. On this video we're going to go through my current collection and have a look at what we've got and what collections we're looking to build upon. From these collections you can see where we've got holes and kind of where we're looking to progress the collection into. I will start us off with a lovely PSA pile because unfortunately these don't fit in any of the binders I have. So these are just a fraction of the PSA cards we've got at the moment. Starting off with the Japan Starter Pack Mega Charizard EX. Looking pretty cool. And we have two Gold Star Charizards. So the Japanese on the right is a Mint 9. Charizard is English on the left and near Mint 8. So just put them to the side. We have Wild Blaze First Edition Secret Rares. Both gem at 10. And following on from those we have the Mega Battle and Wild Blaze. Both gem at 10 again. And finishing off is a recent acquisition. A Mint Full Art Charizard EX, which is looking pretty cool. You can see all the texture on the back of that one. So that's just a fraction of the PSA cards I've got currently. Of course they're all Charizards because I'm a little bit of a Charizard fanatic. Which brings us on to some Gold Stars. For the Gold Stars I'm looking to get them in every language I can get. So we've got English, Japanese, Italian, German and French. It's going very slowly. As you can see, these are all the Gold Stars I have currently. And all the languages, as you may be able to tell now. So we'll start off with Rayquaza. This is a German Rayquaza. And Rayquaza is a stupidly hard card to get hold of, so be hanging on to this one for a very, very long time. And then we move on to the legendary dogs. We got Raikou, Entei, and we do have two Suicunes, both looking very nice cards. So that's the legendary dogs or legendary beasts, whatever you like to call them. Moving on to another German card in Kyogre, or Krauger as I call him. I know there's no R near the Y, but oh well. Moves on to another couple of legendaries in Regirock and Regis. Unfortunately I don't have the Registeel yet, but I'm quite happy with these two. I like the blue hollow effect on the Regirock. Another couple more Japanese cards, as I say, in Mewtwo and Gyarados. Both looking pretty cool. Got them from a recent trade. We move into the big pile here of Charizards. So starting off with a couple of Japanese, we have a German Glurak, another Japanese, we have a couple of English Gold Star Charizards, and then a final Japanese card. So there are 7 in total. And then of course there's the 2 Gold Stars I have in PSA cases. And finishing off last but not least is the Umbreon Gold Star. Another recent acquisition, and this one will be hanging on for a long time. So that's some of the Gold Stars I've got currently. There are 27 Gold Stars in the set, and as you can tell there's hardly anything compared to the amount I'm looking to achieve, so we will work towards that. Next up on my list is this here. This is my first binder. So in this binder we are looking to collect full art cards, but these full art cards exclude mega and promos because I don't really rate the Megas. I think they're a bit too messy, and promos don't have, or most of the promos don't have any texture on them, so I don't really appreciate them as much as I could do. As you can tell, it starts off with the black and white emerging powers, all the black and white sets, and I of course have hardly any of those until we get to Latias EX and Latios right there. These are from the Plasma Freeze set, which then moves on to Getis, just in the corner there, and Virizion. As you can tell, I'm kind of leaving two gaps for the same card. One will be English and then the next will be Japanese. You will be able to tell that later on in the book. A couple more cards I don't have, and then we move on to legendary treasures. So we've got Shaman, EX, Reshiram, Emolga and Mew. We are missing the Meloetta, and of course on the previous page the Reshiram and Zekrom. Which brings us into XY base set, which will be the Venusaur, Blastoise and Emolga, and we got Yveltal down the bottom. Nice Japanese full art there. Skarmory at the top. Moving across, we got Xerneas, and then it goes into Flashfire. We've got Charizard EX, but we've got that, of course, in the PSA 9, so that popped just down the bottom. And then, as you can tell on the left hand side, we've got the Japanese and the English of Toxicroak. Lysander at the top. We are missing Pokemon Center Lady, as well as Kangaskhan and the Magnezone EXs. Pokemon Fan Club at the bottom. Moving on to Furious Fists. So we have the Heracross at the well, we don't have the Heracross, just at the top. Lucario. Moving down for the Battle Reporter over here. Fossil Researcher and Karina's the last one from this set. A few more Japanese and English cards in Manectric, starting off with Phantom Forces. Florges, English and Japanese, and AZ just at the bottom. Lysander's Trump card and Xerosic. Finishing off with Dialga EX from Phantom Forces, which then moves across to the Primal Clash cards, which I don't have any. Trevenant, Camerupt, Wailord, Kyogre, Groudon, Sharpedo. Then it goes Aggron, Gardevoir, and Archie's Ace in the Hole. Then we have Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick at the top, Professor Birch's Observations. Teammates we don't have, just here. Thunderous EX starts off the Roaring Skies set. We're going to Gallade, Latios EX. On the following page we have Hydreigon, Rayquaza, Shaman, Wally, Winona, and Sceptile starts off Ancient Origins. Moving forward, we don't have the Kyurem EX. Ampharos just in the middle, the Hooper Full Art, Machamp, Tyranitar, Giratina. We did have the Lugia, but I sold that before I started collecting full arts, which I'm pretty gutted about. Steven's here, and then it starts on with the Houndoom EX for Breakthrough. If I just move to the next side. So on this side we start with Galali, I believe, just at the top there. And moving across, these are more Mewtwo, Bridgette's meant to be at the top. We've got Giovanni's Scheme and the Full Art Secret Rare Mewtwo's, which I still need to get a hold of. Starting off Breakpoint is Gyarados EX. Manafi's the only Breakpoint Full Art I don't have here. Goes into Espeon, Darkrai, Sizzle, Ho-Oh, Skylar and Gyarados. And then following on from that is Generations with the Articuno, Zapdos, Flareon at the bottom, Pikachu at the top, Gardevoir and Sylveon EXs. Fates Collide starts off with Glaceon EX at the top. We don't have the Alakazam, Umbreon, Genesect, and then we go to Kingdra, Altaria, Team Rocket's Handiwork, and the Alakazam Secret Rare. Then it goes to the later set in Volcanion, Steelix EX, Magerna, Gardevoir. Next page has Pokemon Ranger, Professor Sycamore, and the Volcanion and Gardevoir EX Secret Rares. So following these we have plenty of space for the next sets to come out. So that's the full art binder, Japanese and English full arts for these, and we are only looking at the full arts that exclude megas and promos. So next up is my final binder. It's my lovely white binder, so it's my first one I've got, and this one contains an entirely different story. So we go back to the roots of my collection, starting off with base set. Unfortunately I've got hardly any base set. I know I'd managed to trade them all when I was in school, which is really gutting, so I'm looking to start them all again. I do have Charizard, but he's just not in the binder, which is a great start. We have the Alakazam, Blastoise, Chansey, Charizard, Clefairy, Gyarados. Of course you all know how base set goes, so you can kind of see the holes I've got in a minute. We have Mewtwo and Nidoking, Raichu, Venusaur and Zapdos. And then I thought it'd be cool to start a kind of a new extended base set with the Jungle Errors. As you can see, there's no jungle symbol on those. So that starts off, I need to get the Clefable. We've got the Electrode. Moving across to, what's next? The Flareon, Jolteon, which we don't have at the top. We got the Kangaskhan and Mr. Mime. Nidoqueen and Pidgeot follow that one, along with the Pinsir just at the top. We've got Cypher already, and Snorlax, Vaporeon and Venomoth. And then it goes to Victreebel, Vileplume and Wigglytuff. So they're all pretty cool. Then it goes into the standard jungle set. Again, we've got a few little gaps here, just being the Nidoqueen, Pidgeot, and again Vaporeon next to the Snorlax, as well as Vileplume just at the bottom here. Leads us on, of course, to the fossil set. All that's needed here is the Articuno, and as you can see the rest of them are already filled in, which is pretty cool. Alakazam starts off our base set 2. Again, there's only one card that's needed for that one, and I'll turn the page and you can see there's the rest of them, and we just need the Cypher next to the Raichu. Leads us on to Team Rocket sets, which again the collection starts thinning out a bit. We need the Alakazam, the Blastoise, Dragonite, and following the page it gets thinner and thinner. Gyarados, Hypno, Machamp, Magneton, Slowbro. And here comes Team Rocket, Rocket Sneak Attack and the Rainbow Energy to finish that one off. Gym Heroes set tells the same sort of story. We have Blaine's Moltres that we need to get. Already got Brock's Rhydon. It's completely bare here, so that you can tell how many cards I need to get there. It will be easier to tell you what I do have, which is the Lieutenant Surge and Misty. And again, this is the case for Gym Challenge. We've only got the Giovanni's Persian at the top, Misty's Golduck, Sabrina's Alakazam, and that's all on that one. Leading us on to Neo Genesis. We again are pretty thin on Neo Genesis cards. I've just started collecting most of the Wizards of the Coast cards again. So we've got the Feraligatr, Heracross, Jumpluff and the Lugia. Lugia is one of my favourite cards back in the times of collecting cards, so I'm glad to have that one back in the collection. Moving on, we've got the Slowking, and then starting off Neo Discovery is the Espeon, another well sought after card. Poliwrath joins Espeon, and to finish we have the Yanma. Next up will be Neo Revelation. We don't have the Ampharos, but we've got the Blissey, we've got the Entei. Next page has the Raikou, and then finishing off this collection is Neo Destiny, which I am completely bare on, which is lovely. Makes the binder look terrible. But then that does lead us on to the second side of the binder. So let me bring that one across. So this is a little different to the first side. This goes into a completely different order. So the first part again is completely bare because it's just a concept at the moment. What I will be doing is looking to collect one of each Charizard that's from base set. So starting off from the English Shadowless first edition. Of course that's going to be quite a hard one to obtain because it's quite expensive. Moving on, next to it is the English Shadowless, English Standard Unlimited base set 2 in the English, and then we go on to the Dracalfeo, which is, I believe, is how it's pronounced in French. So first edition French, Unlimited French. Moving across we have Glurak, which will be the German first edition, and then Standard Unlimited German, Chinese first edition, Standard, Japanese. I know the no rarity Japanese will be very hard to obtain, but hopefully this spot's filled for that one. Italian, Polish, Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese and Korean. If you guys know of any other languages that has base set Charizard, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I'd love to fill in these empty gaps with any more Charizards that there are. Which leads us on to the next set of cards, which should be coming up, is the Shining set. Lovely empty pages and pages and pages. Here we go. So unfortunately this is looking pretty beaten up as well. For the Shining set I'm looking to get the English first edition, English Unlimited and Japanese cards. So currently we've only got the Shining Kabutops on the left, first edition Shining Noctowl at the top, Shining Steelix and the Japanese Shining Mew, which is a very nice card. Leading us on to the Crystal set. So we have Kabutops and Ho-Oh. For this set I'm looking to get English and English Reverse Holos. I was looking at collecting Japanese, but having them in threes, we do have the Japanese Crystal Ho-Oh, but again having them in threes kind of looked a bit out of place in a kind of full spread binder, so I opted to kind of collect them but kind of not. I'm still indecisive. Again, pop me a comment, let me know if you think I should include Japanese crystals as well. If not, I'll leave them out. Moving on from crystals will be the Legend series. So this is another one I thought I'd start to pick up, as they look pretty cool, kind of two cards in one as such. Starting off with Ho-Oh, I'm looking to go English Ho-Oh, Japanese Ho-Oh. And again it'll be Lugia, Entei and Raikou, and then the Japanese of course. Moving on to Raikou and Suicune, Suicune and Entei, Koga and Groudon. Then we've got Rayquaza and Deoxys, Darkrai and Cresselia, and then finishing off with Palkia and Dialga for those ones. That's kind of a very new project I've been starting. I've only got 3 legend cards I believe, but we'll be sure to fill those up and let you guys know how far we're getting along with those. Moving on next, pretty cool Pikachus. I'll bring the camera forward for those. So as you can see, we've got the Poncho Pikachu, Gyarados and Magikarp. The Poncho Pikachu Mega Charizards, so we've got X and Y. The bottom two spaces will be for the two Rayquaza cards that have just come out. Again, there's some more space for the other Poncho Pikachus. I know there's a couple more Poncho Pikachu Charizards. Two Battle Fiesta Pikachus, just there. And then we move on to some Pikachu coins, just here. So the first, second at the top, and then again first, second and third. I believe these are for a 2009 tournament, and the top ones being from a 2007. But correct me if I'm wrong there. Moving away from Pikachus, we have promo Pikachus and the Toys R Us and Game UK 20th anniversary Pokemon cards. So as you can see on the left is the Toys R Us Pikachu, on the right is the Game promo, and moving down we've got a couple more 20th anniversary promos, promo Magikarps, Toys R Us and another promo Magikarp, can't remember where that promo is from, Toys R Us Clefairy and Meowth, and then two more UK 20th anniversary Geodudes. And then just flicking through the book to finish, a random Ranunculus secret rare, but that one is in Italian. I managed to pull that when I went to Italy. And then it peters out to some very random cards that I've kind of liked but not too sure what to do with a set. And then finishing with some Italian cards. So if you ever see any cards that may fit in the binder, or you know anyone who's selling some pretty cool cards that form part of this set, please do let me know. Just to summarise, I'll go through what we're looking for. So we've got some base set holographic cards, a couple jungle set error cards, the fossil set, base set 2, we just need Decipher, Team Rocket, Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, Neo Genesis, Neo Discovery, Neo Revelation, Neo Destiny. So that's just for side 1. Base set Charizards, of course, first editions and unlimited for every single language. Gold Stars, Shinings, Crystals, Pokemon Legends series in English and Japanese. I only need a couple of the Poncho Pikachus, and then it finishes off with the full art Pokemon cards in Japanese and English, but excluding the Megas and Promos. Thank you very much guys for watching this video. I'll be sure to check back hopefully in a few months time just to give you an update of where we've got along and what else is required. Please do subscribe and like, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I'll be showing off some more of the collection and showing you where and how far we're getting along. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you guys soon.